Hello, I'm Amanda Worley, and today I'm going to talk to you about accreditation and technology for my project number 2. The objectives of this PowerPoint is to discuss accreditation, learn the different types of accreditation, and learn about specific accreditation agency, and then to evaluate the use of technology as discussed in that specific accreditation agency. So first, let's discuss what accreditation is. The Council for Higher Education Accreditation describes it as it is to set forth a high standards for academics, student achievement, faculty, facilities, resources, administration, governance, and integrity. Accreditation has been done for over 100 years. The agencies that do accreditation are non-governmental, they self-regulate, and they are non-for-profit. For an institution, a program, or a professional agency to be accredited, it is voluntary. So the requirements for accreditation are it has to have a clear, distinctive purpose, widely understood and embraced throughout the institution. It has to have ascertainable goals deriving from the purpose. It has to have resources adequate to assure that goals may continue to be achieved. The employees' processes which ensure integrity and efficiency. It has to engage in continuous assessment, planning, and intentional resources toward improvement. And it has to meet accrediting goals and standards. So there are several different types of accreditation. First is professional. This is career specific, such as hospital accreditation or a law enforcement accreditation for a police department. The other is programmatic, which reviews specific programs within an institution, and then institutional accreditation, which reviews educational institution as a whole. For institutional accreditation, there's two different kinds, national and regional. We're going to be talking about the program and the institutional one today. So the programmatic accreditation, this is individual programs, departments, and schools within an institution. So for ETSU, for example, you would have the College of Education, the College of Social Work. Those would be specific programs. There are 61 agencies that do this type of accreditation, and there's over 19,400 programs that have been accredited. Typically, these focus on a single program that are typically in licensure pursuit, so counseling, social work, nursing, programs like that. The only way to have a program accredited is to be a part of an accredited institution. So for institutional accreditation, we're going to talk about national and regional. First, we're going to touch on national. This accreditation is specialized for non-traditional institutions, such as faith-related and career-related. These programs, once accredited, these institutions, they do not usually transfer to other universities, especially if they're regionally accredited. They do not accept national accreditation transfers. So for regional institutional accreditation, this is the most highly regarded. There's over 3,000 institutions that are accredited. That equals 17 million students. The reason that this is highly regarded is there is an ease of transfer between the regions for credits for students. It also allows closer oversight and stricter standards than the national one does. In the U.S., there are 6 regional accreditors. This is the regional map. As you'll see here, there are 6 um, pointed out. There is the Northwest Accreditation Commission. This one does the Northwest and also Canada and Russia. The North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. This also does the Department of Defense oversees independent schools. The New England Association of Schools and Colleges. This also goes to Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. The Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools. This is the District of Columbia, Canal Zone, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Africa, Europe, and Near East. Then you have the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, which include Mexico and Latin America as well. The last one is the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. This includes Guam, America Samoa, East Asia, and then the Far East. So the specific accreditation agency that I decided to go with was a national faith-based accreditation. It is called the Association for Biblical Higher Education Commission on Accreditation. They are only one of 4 who accredit faith-related institutions. They have done over 200 post-secondary institutions. The Council for Higher Education Accreditation does recognize this program, as well as the U.S. Department of Education. However, the Department of Education only recognizes the undergraduate studies that they accredit. This agency also accredits both the institution and the programmatic portions of accreditation. So expenses to achieve this ABHE accreditation, for small institutions, it's $7,000 to $8,000 annually plus $9,000 during the evaluation year. For a large institution, it's about $4,300 more than that of a small institution. The expenses for the program can range annually from $1,000 to $12,000 depending on the program and the institution where the program exists. There are 3 stages of the accreditation process: the applicant, candidate, and accredited stage. The first stage, the applicant stage, has to be done within 24 months. The candidate stage has to be given within the first 5 years, and then the accredited stage. Once you get accredited through this agency, the next 5 years you will be reevaluated, and then after that one, it's every 10 years. The faith-based is a little different for accreditation. Most accreditations have standards. This one does as well, but it also has 22 conditions that are religious-based. They are not standards, they are simply just conditions for the institution before they can be accredited. And then, of course, there's 11 standards. So first we're going to talk about the program accreditation with the technology focus. In the program accreditation, there are mention of technology in Standard 10, the library and other learning resources. In point 1, it says significant funding, staff, facilities, technology, and practices to procure and maintain needed learning resources and services for all institutional modalities used by the program. This is to ensure that any technological needs that is needed for the program, the institution is meeting that need. It is again mentioned in Standard 11, which is covering academics. 11D is alternative academic patterns. Technology is mentioned in number 2, adequate staffing, facilities, and technology to support programs in all delivery modes. They do certify online programs as well. So this is just making sure that whatever the program delivery method is, that the institution is meeting those needs. So then for the institution accreditation. Technology is mentioned in several of these as well. In 6D, it is the whole standard stated for technology resources. Standard 6 is for institutional resources, and then 6D is specific to the technological resources. All points 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all about technology, making sure that it's up to date, it's supported, and that they have clearly stated policies and procedures regarding the use of these technologies. It's again mentioned in Standard 10 for the Library of Other Learning Resources in point 3, significant funding for staff, faculties, technologies, and practices to maintain the needed learning resources and services for all instructional modes used by the institution. This is kind of similar to what we just spoke about in the program accreditation. It is again mentioned in Standard 11 point D and number 2, which state that adequate staffing, facilities, and technology to support programs in all delivery modes. Again, this is to make sure that all delivery methods have technological needs met. I was actually very impressed with the accreditation standard in this national-based, faith-based one. Wasn't expecting to see a whole lot of technology in this one, but I looked at several different accreditations before I chose this one, and this one had more technology mentioned in it than others. This last page here is my references where I got my information from, and I thank you very much.